In the last few decades, we've gone from thinking of extraterrestrial life as idiotic to probably inevitable. But what we keep finding is that life is ambitious, tenacious, and pretty special. Does it only happen here on Earth? Well, that is an adventurous question. This one kind of feels like it was made for us. For the longest time, we've been staring out at our next door neighbor Mars and wondering if there's life there. For decades, we've been trying to find out if the conditions for life are there on Mars today or if they'd been there in the past. Spoilers, it looks like they probably were. We're even casting our gaze further afield to Enceladus, Europa, and Titan. But it turns out we could have been looking in completely the wrong direction. A lot of scientists pretty much wrote off Venus, me included. I do an hour-long talk all about the possibility of life in the universe and literally deleted it from my slide deck. To be fair, a lot of scientists have speculated about life in the clouds of Venus for a while. And on the hottest planet in our solar system, an international team of scientists went looking for something particular and they found it. It's this. This is phosphine. It's a gas that's only really made in a few ways, usually by humans for fumigation, or naturally by bacteria here on Earth, then down in the extreme interiors of gas giants. The amount the team found on Venus isn't a lot. Actually, it's just 20 of these molecules for every billion molecules in Venus's atmosphere. And it doesn't last very long until it's broken down again, just a few hours. But that's important, because if it only lasts a few hours and we're constantly seeing it in the atmosphere, that means something is making it continuously. That's enough to wonder how it got there. So the team got to try in every way they could think of to chemically create phosphine in a non-biological scenario. And it turns out it's really tough. The team wrote off every way they know how to make it using the chemistry of Venus's atmosphere. If it's being made by chemistry, we have no idea how, which is exciting in itself. So is it biological? Is it a sign of life, like a biosignature? Biosignatures are great because they show us where life could be. Methane is a pretty good biosignature, as is oxygen. And we could use them for finding where the possibility of life exists on exoplanets and other places in our solar system. But they do exist in places without biological life too. Making that distinction is super important. Venus is a pretty hostile place. Humans have sent landers there, but they didn't really last long before they melted. It's one of the reasons we just don't send things to land on Venus. It's a pressure cooker of 500-degree heat and an atmosphere of carbon dioxide and sulfuric acid. But as you head up off the surface of the planet, temperatures and pressures start to go down, and it becomes a lot more hospitable. We're talking around 50 kilometers off the surface, where temperatures are more like 20 degrees Celsius and the same pressures as sea level here on Earth, and the basic ingredients for life are there too. But it's also about 90% acid in the clouds of Venus, and we just don't have an analogy for that here on Earth. We do have acidophiles that live in acid and are able to get their fuel from a wide variety of energy sources, including solar, organic, and inorganic materials. But we just aren't sure if they can live in as much acid as there is in Venus's clouds. So this could be life different from anything we have here on Earth, which would be really exciting. Or it could be Earth-like life that's found a way to survive. Or it could still be a chemical process that's brand new to us. The magnificent nuisance of science is that the best answers always throw up even more questions. And they've ruled out all the chemical processes that they can think of, and the only option we can think of that's left is life. But the team are openly calling for other scientists to prove that that isn't the case. Prove it's just a non-biological process. Because if we keep ruling out all the other options, the only thing that you have left is the answer to your adventurous question. See you next time.